Stop believing. All women. Don't believe. All women. I agree with Trump.
Four
Lock her
days after
up.
the rape and kidnapping trial began for two former Ohio State University football players, the pair have been found not guilty.
Amir Reep and Jocelyn Went, now 24 years old, both were accused of raping a 19-year-old woman at an off-campus apartment in February of 2020. The accuser told police she was at the apartment and had consensual sex with Reep, but wanted to stop and was forced to continue, with Went also taking part.
Say what?
According to court records, the woman was then recorded saying the act was consensual. We spoke with Amir Reep. The woman was then recorded saying the act was consensual. We spoke. According to court records, the woman was then recorded saying the act was consensual. We spoke with Amir Reep and his attorney, Dan Sable, after receiving the verdict today. They tell us it was the testimony and credibility that helped sway the jurors in their favor.
They heard from his accuser, and they heard from Amir, and they heard from Jocelyn. And it was clear who was telling the truth and who wasn't, and the jury picked up on that.
Amir Reep says his focus is now pressing play on a life that had been on pause. He plans to continue his college education. We also heard from the attorney representing Jocelyn Went.
In a statement, attorney Sam Szymanski says in part his client is, quote, relieved and eternally grateful to the jury for conducting a careful review of the evidence before reaching its verdicts.
So it's consensual, but you was forced. You can't make this shit up. So since these brothers were acquitted, you see the misandry. So it's so funny. It's not funny, but it's really pathetic that we got these so-called pro-blacks. The only time they defend black men when it comes to false allegations, when it's a white bitch who does it. I don't know what race the woman is, but I guarantee you that she's not white. The way these black women are, I don't know what race the woman is, even if she's a non-black female of color. That you black folks like to, especially black women, you're too inclusive. Y'all loyal to the LGBT, and everything that's anti-black. Mainly black women, y'all can get away with that shit. That's why y'all do it. What pisses me off is that this story y'all see, this is I told you, nobody cares about black men. You got too many hyenas. You got too many of these ratchet hood rat bitches. You got too many of these hyenas who are the majority. They're not the vocal. You talking about the ones who just run their mouths in the extreme. But the ones who are complicit is the women I worry about. The ones who claim, the ones who they claim to be good women, they don't say nothing. They make excuses. So you can't trust these women because the majority of them have this modern Hoffa mindset. The misandry is real. They're very complicit. A lot of these women are very complicit. Y'all had so much smoke. Y'all like to call stories when women are, but when men deal with shit like this, when men are violated the same way, actually a lot of times, and there's women have 50 different methods to take out a man. Okay? If they didn't, they wouldn't be dealing with guys 6 feet tall and big and bad and all that shit. Okay? You guys want to criticize men. Y'all claim to talk about what men need to do. This is actually practically unavoidable. You don't even have to sleep with these women and they can accuse you. But you guys think, some of you male, hyena, hoe-ass niggas, think if you have game, if you got a mouthpiece, if you got masculine frame, that you can avoid all types of bullshit. If you move a certain way, you pick your back, you avoid, you just walk away and all this other shit. Oh, you be free in the clip. Those brothers walked away. I'm pretty sure they walked away after they did their business and she was the most freakiest heifer in bed. She was wild and crazy. All of a sudden, she got buyer's remorse. All of a sudden, she don't want to get slut shamed. Look how these men's reputations are ruined. I have dealt with a similar situation, multiple situations of false allegations. I dealt with false allegations. So that's why I speak. That's why I have the tone that I have and talk the way I talk, because my life has been ruined like that too. Now, I didn't do, well, yeah, I had the cuffs, but I had to deal with that type of shit, okay? More than one occasion. I dealt with it in high school. I dealt with it up to this point. Dealt with this type of shit. Y'all talk about y'all support the innocent projects. You see how a female can falsely accuse a man of shit and she's always a victim? They had evidence. Well, she was coerced. If you participate to be on camera and have fun with me, how are you being coerced? You ain't in bondage. You ain't being degraded. I don't have no, I don't have nothing sharp. I don't have no gunpowder. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no where I could pull out that heat. Okay? So basically, you as a man, you can consensually, you can text her, hey, did you get home safe? You can say, hey, good night, had a good experience, and get some positive text messages, DMs and stuff, and you're still the bad guy. These women are treated like children. And guess what? Y'all keep lying, women. You're gonna be under Muslim law. You're gonna be under Sharia law. And actually, I support Sharia law. I know a lot of you males, you hoe ass males, don't like Sharia law because you can't be on no hoe shit. That means you have to get your life together too. That means you can't be on some hoe shit. That's why a lot of these men, because that means they have to have loyalty and have their acts together too. I see what's going on. That's why y'all don't support Sharia law. I support Sharia law because it prevents this type of crap. I'm not saying, you don't got no people, especially in these Muslim culture. I'm not Muslim, okay? But I'm getting there because I'm changing my diet. I'm not Muslim, okay? I don't agree with everything with Sharia law. But I could tell you that you have no gynocracy. Women are well behaved and men are well behaved. You don't have this type of fuckery. They put men first. Why do you think, women can't, that's there's no city girl culture. It's all family business. These women are not suffering overseas like y'all think. If women are suffering overseas, then why are women traveling overseas to some of these countries? Why are men looking for wives in these? Depending on what country, but why you got passport men and passport bros? That's being known as passport bros. Then why you got passport bros going to these other countries? You know why? Because the way they were raised. Yeah, I was on Green Girl. Shout out to Green Girl, and I was on his live. I was on a panel show. Guy was talking about, that's women are the same. No, they're not the same. Okay. Yes, you could talk about nature and stuff like that, but but for 50 plus years, 70 plus years, almost 100 years, women have been going against natural order because of the environment, because of the Derek Jacksons of the world, because of the misandry and the feminism. This boss nothing. They ain't no boss nothing. They want to have all power and responsibility and leverage. That's one thing I agree with the man about. I'm not saying he was wrong, but I'm saying it's the way the environment is, the laws are. These women are not in that natural traditional way. They just are about leverage and power. And until you guys accept that, we will always have these problems, and things are going to get worse from here on out until we get our stuff together. If the women don't want to change, passport bros,